Alrighty, so I have just picked and gutted this C43, and I thought it might be useful to do a reassembly video. Like, it's not the easiest lock to reassemble, so yeah, I figured we would have a go at that and just record it while we're doing it. So the first thing to note is there are actually 6 chambers drilled in this lock body. But looking at the core, there are only like 5 that we use. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this one is not drilled all the way through. It has this like kind of half drilled bit in it. So when we're putting it back together, we don't want to fill chamber 6 in this one, so we're just going to go in this side, chamber 5, and then we'll do 4. I can undo my tweezers, there we go. 4, and then we'll do 3, 2, and 1. Get our plug follower in, and we'll just get our top stack in. Doing this in kind of half light is not the easiest. I should probably face this so I can see down here with the key light I've got going on, but yeah, the joys of being left-handed sometimes. Right, so that is number 5 is in. We've got number 4. I actually only thought there was 2 spools in here when I picked it, but whatever. We have 3, you just can't tell that 2 is a spool, so they are quite thin spools, so we get that like nice deep falset that we were seeing. Try a different pair of tweezers to get hold of that. So yeah, get that in there with that pair of tweezers. And I'll use the same pair for pin 2. It's not the easiest of spools to grab, but this is not the hard part of reassembling this, believe it or not. And then 1, which is this brass spool for some reason. Right, I'll grab another shim and see if we can slide a shim in there, because shimming is always a good idea, even when it's a super tight fit, especially with this kind of core which just has stuff everywhere. So, see if we could slide a shim under there. Might just be a little bit too tight now, but yeah, I think we might not be able to get that under there. It will go. There we go. We just have to be a bit. Yeah, cool. Shimming. Right. This is the hard part. So, put the key in, and then we're going to take our sidebar. And the orientation does matter. So, I'm pretty sure you want the flat side facing this way. So the curve is following the curvature of the core of the lock, if that makes sense. So there's a slope more on this face than there is on this face. And then we're going to add our rotors. Now the way you know where these go is the true gates point towards the slide bar. And then when you've got them in the right chamber, when the key's in, they'll line up, the slide bar will depress, and they'll also be flush. So they are sometimes different heights, so they, if they are sitting proud you've got them in the wrong spot, especially if you accidentally drop them when you were gutting, they can go in the wrong place. So let's get that one lined up. So now you can see how these turn when you put the key in and out, right? So they rotate as the key goes in and out. When they're all in the right spot, this sidebar will fully depress and it'll be flush with the lock. So that's how you know they're in there. Then we're going to put our finger underneath it, just kind of hold stuff in place. And we're going to get our top stack in. And then we need to do our key control. So I'm kind of going to rotate this around, get our key control in. The long points go downwards. So these have 2 points, a long point and a short point. The long point goes into the hole. If you get that wrong, they won't sit under the surface, they'll stick up. And then we need to, yeah, you need to be an octopus to get this thing back together, really. Right, so our top stack is currently here. We're going to slide this back over, and then take the shim out. And if we got it right, it should turn freely. Hold the core and take the key out. Don't just rip it out, because then, yeah, it will just spray everywhere. And then we'll put our C-clip back on, and I'll grab a pair of pliers just to cinch that down. Just a pair of needle nose pliers. This C-clip does have some little notches in to kind of help you line it up. So I'll just kind of form it back around. It's never going to be as good with these kind of tools as when it came off, because they're put on with something obviously other than needle nose pliers when they're made. But as long as it doesn't come straight off, I mean, you're pretty much good at that point. So we'll just give that another squeeze. I'm just going to make sure it doesn't immediately pop off. I mean, realistically, this was a brand new lock. I cut it in half. It was a double euro. The other half is here. I bought it for picking, so I don't tend to worry too much about stuff like that. You know, it's not a rare lock. You can buy these things on eBay. You know, I'm not too worried if that slides a little bit, because I will either keep this or I will sell it, and whoever I sell it to will probably be somebody who wants to pick it, so they'll be taking the C-clip off again anyway. And then once it's kind of formed in, just give it, yeah, one last check to make sure it doesn't come flying out. I always hold the core when I pull the key out anyway, so should be good. But yeah, that's how you get one of these back together.